Welcome to the live replay. Today is July 3rd and we are going to be working on May in Summer's bullet journal. Let me just get all set up here and then we'll get going. All right, let's see here. Welcome here, you guys. I'm just getting started up. Oops. My son was playing at my desk with stickers. Let me just peel those off of my desk. Hey, Nicole, I'm doing well. How are you? Thanks for coming. We are going to be working on May today in Summer's bullet journal, and she did not choose a theme for this one. Hey, Anahi. She didn't choose. Oh, shh. Hey, babe. Ben. Ugh, just spilled tea on my lap and on my desk, but. Don't come at me. I have a sock here that I was wearing yesterday. It's not that big of a spill, so I'm just going to wipe it with a sock. Okay. I'm going to call in the second sock for backup to get it all clean. And by all clean, I just mean like acceptably dry. Excuse me. Okay, so what I was trying to say was Summer didn't choose a theme for May in advance. So I messaged her and asked her if she had a preference or if she wanted a surprise. And she does want a surprise. So that means we get to choose a theme. And last night we were kind of speculating about May, thinking maybe we could do the fruit smoothie theme, because the two options for May in my pre-made bullet journal was a fruit smoothie theme or a pond theme, and we voted on pond. So then we were thinking maybe we could use the fruit smoothie one here. But what do you guys think? I know there's not a lot of people here yet, but we do kind of need to choose the theme first thing so that we can get started. Do you guys have other ideas, or should we go with fruit smoothie? Hey, Paige. You like the fruit smoothie idea? Fruit smoothie would be so cute. Okay, let's do it then, because I like the pond theme, but I was hoping to do the fruit smoothie theme in my pre-made bullet journal. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do that one in this journal, since I know that I like it. And come on. The Photos app on the iPad is so annoying. Like, I'm just trying to open this one picture. Recent days, yesterday, but it's not even showing it here. Okay, sorry you guys. Full screen then. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking for the fruit smoothie theme, is something sort of like this, doing like a blender with a smoothie cup and then just like some fruit around it. This is an example that we voted on possibly using yesterday and we didn't for a layout, but I think I'll just use this sort of layout for the fruit smoothie theme and just jump right in instead of starting from scratch with voting and everything. Since we know we like the layout, may as well just jump in and use it. If Summer doesn't like smoothies. Well, I think she'll be fine with the theme, because I hate coffee, but I love coffee themes. So I feel like it's kind of in the same camp. How do I... Oh, I don't use my laptop as a second screen for my phone. I have my iPad up over here, if that's what you're meaning. But it's not even as a second screen. I'm just logged into a separate TikTok account that I made so that I could watch these back. So it's not like a great setup, but that's what I do right now. I just log into a separate account. Okay, let's swatch some colors then for our fruit smoothie theme. Hey, Anderson. Okay, I'm thinking like strawberries, blueberries, right? Like rather than, I'm second guessing. Strawberries, blueberries, bananas or something? What do you guys think for the fruits? I'm just trying to decide what colors to make kind of the main colors here. I feel like strawberries have got to be in there. Raspberries, okay. I did finish the weeklies for April and my phone literally died as I was working on like the last page. So this is how they turned out. Like that. Pineapple, okay. This is so like a whole pineapple or like pineapple slices? I'm just trying to picture how it's gonna look. Thank you guys. Okay, let's swatch for strawberries because I feel like that's a central fruit when I think of like fruit smoothies. So let's swatch a few color options for that. Oh, no, not even gonna include that. That's not the vibe I'm going for. The fruit spread. Oh, in Patty's last one? That was fun. What did we do for that one? I know we had kiwis and we had strawberries, watermelons, grapes, and pineapple, something like that. I think it was Patty's. I don't think I did anything fruity in Janelle's journal. Every fruit. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. We did do blueberries in there, and blueberries are a must. I feel like they're such just like a cute accent fruit that you can add into any little corner. Okay, so let's vote on a red to start, and we're just gonna decide that strawberry is our main fruit, or one of our main fruits. Oh, a muted color scheme. Didn't think of that. Okay. Well, this is definitely the most muted option. So if you're going for muted, vote number 1. The others are a bit brighter. This one is the same red that we used for the gingerbread theme for December. And then these two are quite similar. They're more just like pure reds, you know? Okay, you like number 1. It's true. Like, practically speaking, bananas are a must for smoothies. They're not my favorite doodle, but maybe we'll work them in somewhere. I'll choose a red to start and then choose a blue because I know that I want little blueberries in there. Okay, let me find some blues. Hey, Carson. Thanks for joining, you guys. I know this is a weird time of day, but okay, option 4. Pretty basic red, sounds good. Okay, then let's swatch some blues. See, Patty, that's why I love making custom bullet journals, because like just making one for myself, like I almost get bored just doing like one monthly theme at a time. So the fact that I get to make a bunch of different journals for other people and I don't need to like wait a whole month to use a theme, you know, I can just like keep pumping out new theme ideas because that's like my favorite part. That's the fun part about custom journals is, yeah, you just get to keep going. All right, let's vote on a blue to go with this red. And this will be the main color for the blueberries, and then We can, if it's a light color, then we'll do the little detailing on the blueberries with a darker blue, and if it's a darker color, we'll do it with white gel pen. There should be a poll coming up. Is one of my moderators still here to do another poll? Sorry, I don't want to just assume that you guys are always available to do polls for me, but if you're here, speak up. I'm not sure who ran the other poll, maybe Paige? There we go, someone got it. Thank you very much. So for all of you guys, even if you put your vote in the comments already, could you go and put it in the poll as well? Because then TikTok will just tally up all the totals and we don't need to worry about trying to count up who voted in the poll, who voted in the comments. It will just be all combined. Okay, and what other key colors do we need? I guess I will do a yellow maybe for a banana. This yellow is going to be for the peel of the banana though. Oh, no worries, Paige. See, yeah, I don't want to just assume that you guys are always available to do polls. Oh, Ken's, we're voting on a blue to go with this red. Yeah, I'll definitely need a green for different leaves. That's true. Option 4 again, okay. So we're definitely going the bright route. All right, let's vote on a yellow then. The last one is kind of orangish, but I can try to find another just like bright yellow because these ones are a little bit more muted. That one's pretty pastel. So vote 4 if you just want like a bright, strong yellow, and I can try to find one that's not quite so orange if you guys think that one's too orange. But that one just symbolizes something. Oh yeah, let's do this instead. Let's make that number 4 because it's a little bit more just like generic yellow. Get rid of that one. Okay, and then yes, we totally need some green for leaves and such. We'll probably use a few greens, so I'll maybe just have you vote for like kind of the base green, and then I'll pick some other ones that match it if we need more greens. I think I like that idea. Laura, nothing. All we did was we chose that the theme is going to be fruit smoothies, which we were kind of considering yesterday anyways, and then we're just swatching colors right now, so you haven't missed anything. We are currently voting on a yellow to match that red for strawberries and that blue for blueberries. And now I'm going to start swatching a few greens. These will be for leaves, and we will need more than one green for sure, but let's just pick like kind of a base green that's like, yeah, just one solid green, and then I'll just choose some other greens that match with that type of green, you know? 4-1, okay, so we're running with 4s here, which I've been putting all of the brightest colors as number 4, okay, except for maybe here. So that makes sense that you guys are definitely voting on theme. So that works. Let me put away, okay, and I think that might be the last color that we vote on, and then any other colors that we need to use, able to get a more true green. Well, it's too late to add one to the vote, but let me, if you want, oh, is that too dark? What about this? Like those two would all match really well with number 3. Like number 3 is a bit brighter, but it's still like, I would say a true green, like it's not like muted at all. So if you like this kind of thing, then vote for number 3 because I would pair it with similar colors. Whereas like if you vote for number 1, I would pair it with number 2 because they go really well together. Yeah. But anyways, vote for number 3 if you want like brighter green colors like that. Okay, 3-1. Okay, so we're definitely going with a very bright color palette. And that's fine. Oh, somebody asked about the black pen. This is a Tombow Fudenosuke. It's the hard tip. They come in a pack of 2, one with a softer tip, one with a harder tip. They're meant for calligraphy. But I lately have been using mine as just like my everything black pen. Other than when I need like really small lines, then I'll use a fine liner, but they work well for most things. Okay, I'm just gonna try to scooch you a little bit. Okay, so let's start drawing our fruit smoothie theme then. I'm gonna do like a blender with smoothie in it and a cup, because this is the inspiration picture that we're going off of. I just chose that myself. We didn't have a big vote or anything, but it was already in my camera roll because we screenshotted it last night. So that's the color that we're going with as kind of our main color. Sorry, I'm reading comments about color while talking about that. That's what we're going with for our layout design. And yeah. And everything was outlined on that one, which I might just do the same. I feel like that works well for this theme. So let's do a strawberry here. And I just wanted to draw one in there to overlap with my smoothie blender. All right, that'll be our blender with like a line down the side, and we'll fill it with smoothie. And then we'll draw just like a cup. And then some more fruit all around. So we'll add some blueberries. And we're gonna do a banana. All right, well, I hated drawing all of those in black pen. Let's move on to marker because that's where I feel more comfortable. And yeah, let's make the smoothie color kind of like wine colored or almost purple, but more on the red side, you know? I didn't swatch a good color for that, but it's like it's a strawberry, blueberry, banana smoothie. So we gotta think about the color here. Like that's a decent contestant. Let's see. Contester. Hi, my speaking ability just goes out the window when I go on live. Ooh, I think I like the bottom one actually. Hey? I feel like it matches, like it goes well with those colors. Contender. Yes! Not contest. Ah, guys. Okay, let's do the bottom one. And use that as the color for like the smoothie itself. We'll just fill in our blender with some of that. And the cup. I'm just gonna make the straw black, I think. And then get like a really dark gray for the blender. Oh yeah, Nat. Okay, you totally did go strawberry picking. And now we're doing a strawberry theme. Well, a smoothie theme with strawberries. It is for May, yes. No purple yarn. I won't be on tonight. I'm doing it in the afternoon instead. My husband is on holidays, so he's gonna watch the boys when they wake up from their naps, and then that way we have the evening to like watch a movie or something. Now that we're a little bit more settled into our new house, we actually want to hang out together. Okay, well, I really hate that I decided to outline everything in this theme because this feels so unnatural, but hopefully it comes together okay. Yes, he's feeling better today, thankfully. Had a more normal lunch, not just like soda crackers. Oh, Natka, I wish I had that kind of time. When I'm drawing 192 pages by hand, every page is not different. We try to make them keep the same doodles, the same colors. Gotta be a little bit, simplify things when you're doing them in bulk. All right, now let's try making this look a little bit nicer. Add a little bit of dimension to things and some white gel pen, a little bit more black outlining. Cadence, I'm not going to add more fruit to this page because we've got the doodle in place where we want it. So I'm not gonna add more fruit here. Maybe to other pages, but again, kind of just gotta choose certain things and then stick with them. And for this theme, this is what I'm sticking with for now. Thanks, Maria. Yeah, this is the fruit smoothie theme. I'm just getting it going here. Our strawberries need some seeds. Gonna add a touch of white gel pen just for fun. That's cute, Natka. Yeah, those doodles would be fun too. No, Mia, no training in art, just more of a hobby. All right, so, oh yeah, I was gonna color these smoothie buttons. And I feel like with everything colored in, the blender kind of looks a little empty, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of light gray, at least a shadow. Oh, this is the one that's dying. I should just toss that because it's useless at this point. Oh, thank you guys. So Natka, I'm just returning from a 3-year break from custom bullet journals. So I used to make about 2 journals a week. That was before I had kids, and I was working on that like all the time, around the clock. That was during COVID, so I had nothing better to do. But since I've been back at it, I've been aiming for 1 a month, but I only started that in March. So this year I will hopefully do maybe like 8 or 9. So it's not a lot, like there aren't very many people who get a custom journal done in a year. That's why I start taking like commissions for 2026. Yep, you can start those like as early as January 2025 because there are only like, you know, a single digits amount of people who are going to get a journal total. So if you happen to be one of those people and you want it to start in 2026, you can do it, like order it anytime. Yes, Sarah, this is the same one. We're working on summers here. Oh yeah, Stephanie, you didn't miss much. We just finished the weekly spreads last night. That's how they turned out. Yeah, we're working on Summer's bullet journal, and this is May, which is the 3rd last month. Yeah, we've got June and July after this. No, every page is by hand, Mia. So I do have one that will be mass produced once I finish it, but for now, like these ones, every page is just by hand. I think for the writing, I'm gonna go with blue because it would be kind of contrasty to, you know, there's not that much blue. The red and the purple are kind of in the same category. So I'm going to do blue for the lettering. And let me think here exactly how I want to letter it. Let's just do calligraphy because it's fun and fast. Okay, I think I'm content with this cover page. I don't mind how it turned out with all the outlining. That's definitely not my forte, so it felt a little bit weird, but I think it turned out okay. Not a ton to do for yearly pages, Brittany. Well, more than a usual journal actually, but still, the yearly stuff usually goes fairly quick. I'm just gonna let that white gel pen dry for a sec. Thanks, Anahi. Okay, you guys like it? Thank you guys. I'm glad you like it. It's definitely just practice and being okay with things not looking perfect. So like this title page in my head looked very different. Like, what is this banana? It looks more like a mango to me, but I'm okay with things not looking the way that I picture them in my head. Just kind of gotten used to it after years of, yeah, just like freehanding. You win some, you lose some, and most things only you notice. So I just kind of get over it. So practice and being okay with things not looking exactly as I want them to look. See, yeah, exactly. You wouldn't have noticed if I hadn't pointed it out. Like, you are your own worst critic. So when you just kind of like get over the fact that things don't look quite perfect, you can move a lot faster, which you kind of have to do if you want to make a bunch of people's journals. Okay, so let's put our brain dump over there. Let me think about how we could lay out the brain dump. Oh, the garbage truck is here. We've been wondering when it would come. So Mia, it's different with every customer. Let me show you. So every customer chooses the different pages that they want. Or like if you're making a journal for yourself, you just choose the pages that you want that are going to fit for your life. But what Summer chose, who's this customer, she chose to have a brain dump, a 2-page calendar spread, spot for notes for the month, trackers for water, 6 habits, and finances, and then weekly spreads that have daily boxes as well as a spot for next week, to buy, and notes. But that just totally depends on you. Like, that's the fun thing about bullet journaling is you basically build your dream planner. Like, whatever sections you would want is what you can make, you know? So that's the fun thing about bullet journaling. Fruits in the top left and bottom right corners, a fruit border. Okay. What if we do some fruit up here and write brain, and then some more fruit down here and write dump, and then like put a border kind of connecting them. Yeah, Mia, it's totally customized. You like, if you really wanted to, you could choose every theme, every color that goes into every theme. Like, you can be as general or as specific as you want to be when it comes to custom orders. But for Summer, she gave me all the pages and then kind of like prompts for most of the months, but not all. Okay, let's do that then. Let's do a little, we'll do a strawberry. And blueberry. But yeah, if it's your own journal, like in my journal, for example, well, I don't do one for myself right now. I use a digital bullet journal for myself, but when I used to do a journal, and what I pretty much do in my digital one is I don't use a 2-page weekly spread like that. I just do 1 page for just like kind of a weekly dashboard, I call it. And then I have all of my days have their own like half page, 3rd page, full page, however much space they need. I just do it 1 day at a time. Since, you know, it's my own journal, I don't need to set it all up in advance. So you can make it however you want it to be. And on this page, I think I'm going to use purple for the writing since we won't have any smoothies on this page. Let me catch up. Oh, strawberry flowers, that would be cute. Sorry, I didn't see that in time. Starbucks, that's a cute idea. I love coffee themes, even though I don't like coffee. Okay, so for the lettering then, let's do brain dump in purple. Yes, do it, Natka. And you don't need to wait till a new year. I know, I was just waiting for like a perfect time to start like a Bible reading bullet journal, and eventually I was just like, hey, this is so silly. I know that I want to do it, and now I just started it and I'm loving it. So you can start at any time. Okay, I feel like I need to move my stand because I'm drawing at such an awkward angle. Like my shoulder is gonna get so sore. I need to move something about this setup. I can't quite figure out what feels off, but I'll just keep trying different configurations. Oh yeah, Natka. Well, I've got those cross charms if you are interested, and if you use code LIVE50, it's 50% off. And I'll throw in some freebies, of course. I feel like then my arm would be just like blocking most of the drawing, Laura. You know what I mean? Because like that's my drawing side. I don't know. I'm not sure what would work best. Okay, let's get some white gel pen going. Yeah, sorry, it's hard to tell when I'm going off screen and then I just get coloring and I don't always notice, so thank you. Thank you for all the likes, you guys. I appreciate that. I was thinking black for the border, but you guys can let me know what you think. I was thinking black for the border, and I'm thinking of maybe also adding a little black line, drop shadows, sort of like kind of like what we did in February, where we've got, I don't know if I would do the light gray as well, but I would do the black. I'm gonna go with black. And I'm gonna add, okay, yeah, where did I used to have my stand? Because something feels off. Maybe I used to have the stand, oh, maybe this is it. If I have the stand more like moved over. Sorry, I'm gonna make you guys car sick. Oh, I think this will help. And I don't think it makes the angle worse for you guys. Let me see here, let's just add a little black. Okay, something is off. I can't do this without being totally in the way of the camera. You see my glasses? Natka, this journal started in August of this year and then goes until July of next year. So after this, we have only 2 more months left. And because it starts in August, I want to mail it off to her ASAP so that she can start using it. I'm not going to color in the splashes just because this is the style that I chose to go with. But that could be a different style. Natka, for almost every month, she told me the themes, or like some of them she just said, I want this theme included, but didn't say where. But for this month, she didn't have anything that she had told me. So we got to choose this one completely. All right, that's what we're gonna do for Brain Dump. Oh, you're right. The blue does need, the May heading does need black. I was gonna do that. Okay, cool. That's what we've got for our brain dump and title page for May. Let me pull up my calendar here. Ashley, do you mean the filled ones or empty journals for you to write in yourself? Okay, so May calendar. Yes, no, she's the one with the daisy theme for her dog. That was September. Right here. Ashley, these ones, the price depends on how many months you want and what your currency is. And yeah, it's not like a simple answer, but they are a couple $100 starting point because of the time that it takes. Okay, let me get into the calendar spread here. I guess since I used black as an outline here, I feel like I kind of have to use black as an outline for the calendar, even though it's not usually what I prefer, but... Aw, cute. Well, Ashley, I don't really know your conversion rate to USD off the top of my head, but I only open one order at a time. So right now they're sold out until at least August because I have another order after this that I need to get done. But once my orders are back open, you'll be able to check your price, you know, choose your number of months, your currency, all of that, your shipping options, and it will give you a total of the price. The blank ones are around 30 bucks, I think, 25, 30 bucks. Again, that's me trying to mentally convert to USD. Because most of you guys, I think, are from the States. Okay, May is... one of these months that has a 6th row. Oh yeah, sorry Brittany, because I make you guys pay for your own shipping. Because if I paid for your shipping, I would be losing money on them. Yeah, I wish I could do free shipping. But it's just like, there's no such thing as free shipping, you know? Either I pay for it or you pay for it. And if I pay for it, then I'm losing money on the journals. So unfortunately, I have to charge you for shipping. Aw, thanks, Brittany. Yeah, I don't feel bad charging the prices that I do because I know that the quality is worth it. But when you're competing with things like, you know, Amazon or what else? Even just like other online stationery stores who can offer free shipping, that's the killer because like I just can't afford to do that. They definitely are worth the price for the quality, but I would make them more affordable if I could. But as such a small business, I just can't. Okay, I'm gonna need to do another coat of white on those. I made those too tall. And where's my other white gel pen? Because this one is not doing it right. There it is. Let's use that one instead. Yes, whiteout totally does work. It just, I don't like how it looks, so I never use whiteout in journals. All right, let me write the numbers in. And if you guys have any thoughts for what to do up here for our May heading or what to do over here for the notes section, you can put those in the chat. And then once I'm done doing this, then we'll vote on how we want to lay those things out. So as usual, be as descriptive as you can. I know it's awkward, but if you just write one word like strawberries, I can't like figure out exactly what you mean by that. So I'll probably just kind of glaze over it and find a comment that makes a little more sense as far as how the layout would actually look. But yeah, so far we've used one font. So it could be like, you know, an idea to bring in a different font or to use the calligraphy font, and then fruit doodles or a smoothie cup or blender or whatever. Okay, let me read through these. Oh no, I have not finished uploading yesterday's live yet. I forgot to download it till this morning, so I need to, now that it's downloaded, I need to upload it. May written on a purple blob, like it's, okay. Spelled smoothie. Fruit mix the right notes. Notes in a blender, some of you guys like. Spilled smoothie for the title. Okay, let me think here. Yeah, I could do the notes box blender thing. Let me start with that because I feel like that one's the most straightforward to me. Oh, thanks, Laurel. Thank you for you, Paige, for actually putting me in front of the right people. I'm doing well, Faye. How are you? Let's do that. Let's do our blender cup. Oh, might need to give that an extra coat. That kind of glitched out a little over here. Oh, I could write notes down here on the buttons, but I was thinking I would write it up there. Now maybe I should pause for a second, figure out where to write notes. I ate with this idea. You're funny. Okay. Oh, I forgot to do a handle. That's why the blender looks kind of funny. I'll have the handle going off the page, I guess, because I didn't leave enough room. But hopefully we can make this actually look like a blender. Okay, I think I'm not gonna write notes down here just because it'll be too small. You won't really notice what it says. And I feel like I wanna make sure that it's clear what it is. feel like I want to bring in some color over here anyway, so writing notes in a color will be nice. This is going to be an empty blender. I know I could add the letters down there, but I feel like they'll be so small. And I want it to be obvious what it is, like. Okay. I'm gonna write notes over here in our calligraphy to bring some color in on this side of the page. Since this is such a colorful theme, I don't want to leave this blender just gray. That's why I wanted to do notes in a color, you know? Because this theme is a very vibrant one. Okay, now let me think here. What about writing May and then thinking maybe under the calendar I could do some fruit and then just write May up here somehow? Sorry, I will read your comments. I'm just kind of in the zone, so I want to finish up what I'm focused on. Oh, Faye, we are doing a fruit smoothie theme for May. That's what we're working on. Okay. Gray handle, every blender I've ever had has a clear handle. That's why I'm stuck on the clear handle thing. Like it's part of the blender, you know? Maybe I'm wrong. Is that satisfactory? Could do some fruit at the bottom, I guess. Okay. What are we thinking here? How did April turn out? Let me show you. So April was her birthday month and we did this funfetti cake theme. So this was the title page, the brain dump, and then this is what we did for the weekday spreads, which is where we finished off last night. Okay. Let's see here. I'm just gonna start doodling fruit down here because I feel like that's pretty safe. And we can figure out what to do up here. I would default to just doing the same calligraphy, maybe in blue, I'm not sure, or maybe cycling through 3 colors like blue, red, green, or blue, red, yellow, blue, red, purple, something like that. But I'm just gonna start with doodling the fruit down there because I know that I wanna do that and you guys can duke it out for what goes on top. Oh, thanks, Lily. Cassie, yes, these are completely custom. So, are you new here? I can show you the whole thing if you want. But I'm just gonna start doodling. So yeah, every customer gets to choose, like you can be as general or as specific as you want. So what Summer did was she chose like all of her different themes. Well, most of her themes. Actually, this one we chose for ourselves, but this is the first one that we've actually like chosen the whole thing from scratch. For most themes, she's given like a prompt, like funfetti cake, and then we got to choose how we wanted to like actually make that happen, you know? But yeah, some customers are very specific, some are very, very general. But she did choose like all of her pages and stuff, so even the pages are custom here. Oh, okay, you guys are new. Let me just show you the whole thing. So this is a 12-month journal for my customer Summer. So it starts in August of this year, meaning yes, I need to mail it off to her like ASAP. Next week would be great. So it starts in August of this year. She chose a garden tea party theme for August. And so that's what we did here. And so every element of this was or can be chosen by the customers. Again, some people are a little bit more like, oh, just do whatever you think looks good. But so she gave like prompts for all the themes. So for this one, the prompt was Daisy, and she did give me a bit of an explanation that it's because her dog's name was Daisy. So that's why I incorporated the paw prints. She also said she likes retro vintage sort of things. So I thought this had kind of that feel to it. But she chose all of the different page types so that it fits her needs. So calendar, brain dump, title page. I'm getting ahead of myself. 2-page calendar over here with a spot for notes. And then she wanted a bunch of trackers. So this is for tracking her water consumption every day. There's 6 habit trackers and then a finance tracker for each month. And then these are the weekly spreads. We got to choose all of the weekly spread layouts as long as they had the days of the week, a section for notes, a section for to buy, and a section for next week. That's all custom to summer. So this is the layout that we chose for September that fits with that. For October, she requested, this is an old theme that I did when I first started doing customs, and she requested this exact one. So we did our title page, same pages as the other month. So brain dump, 2-page calendar with space for notes, trackers for water, habits, finances. And then this is the weekly layout that we came up with for October that still has her 3 sections. Thanks, Cassie. And then November, we did this. Her prompt was Polaroid. And so we did this retro because I knew she liked retro. We did more of a retro like Polaroid style. And same monthly pages. These are the weekly spreads that we chose for November. And then for December, her prompt was gingerbread. So this is what we chose to do with that. This is my personal favorite month in this journal. We did these cookie letters, which were so fun. All of her trackers and her weekly spreads for December. Aw, thank you, Cassie. Thanks, Jillian. You guys are so sweet. Thanks for joining. For January, she mentioned that she really liked a previous customer's theme, which was very different than this, but like the same vibe. So that's what we did here, was this kind of like pegboard sort of theme for January. These are the weekly spreads, which I love how this layout turned out. Then we have February, which is another one of my favorite months. She sent me a picture of like an old February theme that I did, which looked a lot worse than this, to be honest. So we just took it and made it better. And this is how February turned out. And then for March, we made a huge mistake. I started drawing out an extra week for February. So all these lines, the stamps, that kind of stuff. So we had to cover them up. And I knew that she wanted a succulent theme for March. So that's how we decided to cover them up, was turning those into shelves and using these succulent stickers for March. So that is how the March theme came to be. And then just last night we did April, which is her birthday month. Aw, thanks, Anahi. And then thanks, Cassie. It was not my idea. It was all like the TikTok live chat came up with that cover up plan. And then now we're on May, which is the third last theme. We've got to do May and then June and July. So that's what we're working on. Thanks for the follow, Jamie. Man, I'm trying to drink my cold tea, but the condensation is insane. I don't want to drip anywhere on my desk because I don't want it to get on her journal. Okay, and now we're working on this calendar spread here for the month of May. So we did a blender for the notes section, some fruit doodles at the bottom here, and then we're still deciding how we want to lay out the top part. Aw, honeybee theme would be cute. I've definitely done my fair share of honeybee themes in the past. Not recently though. It's been a while. hey Ash, thank you. I live in Canada, Ainsley. Also, I love your name, Ainsley Grace. What a great pair. Thanks, Peachy Pipe. Yeah, Faye, butterfly theme would be cute. That's one of my most successful YouTube themes, was about a butterfly theme that I did. Still one of my favorites that I've ever done. Yes, Paige, Patty's is up on YouTube. Patty's is up, Janelle's is not yet. I haven't taken my sweet time. I need to get going on my YouTube editing. It's just such a side thing now that I've started doing the lives. Like, working on the lives and working on my pre-made journal and posting to Instagram, I feel like is all that I think to do. And then every once in a while, I'll remember, oh, I have a flip through footage that I need to actually edit and post. Hi. Yes, in the brown set of drawers upstairs, top left drawer. Yeah, love you too. Oh, thanks, Mary. Yes, Peachy Pipe, this is my little side hustle that I do. Is custom bullet journals. And not custom, like I sell empty journals. So let me show you some of the orders that we packed up last night. So yeah, I sell the empty journals in my shop too, so you can get, we'll put custom charms on for you. So this order was for Tammy. She chose a tea charm paired with a strawberry, and she chose these red stickers to match as her freebie. So I do the custom bullet journals, but then I also do just like empty journals, and then you can watch my content, join me here to actually like fill it, because I promise it's not as intimidating as a lot of people think. So try to make it as approachable as possible. Since I take so few custom orders in a year, I will probably only take maybe like 3 more this year. So I try to make it as doable as possible using my account and my resources, so that if you're not one of the people who gets a custom bullet journal in a year, you can still grab an empty one and follow along. And I promise it's not as intimidating as lots of people think it is. Yes, Carson. I can tell you how my brain does it, because I have gotten to the point where I can do it quite quickly. But do you like this measurement, or do you need smaller boxes or bigger? Because if you want this one, I can just tell you exactly how I mentally do it, or the smaller ones that we did for Janelle's. I have that format kind of saved in my head at the moment too. This one? Okay, so how my brain does it is I always start with my page this way, and then I count down 8 boxes from this side. That's where I like my starting point to be, and then I just count out 5 dots for each day. And I know that I need 5 days on this side, which if you're doing a full week, goes to the second last dot. But you know, some months would end like here, so I would just mentally count as I'm drawing. I don't map any of it out ahead of time, so I would just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, round that corner. And then I would do all of my lines, 5, and there's 6 dot grids apart. So you've got 5 this way, 6 this way. So I would do that one, count out 6, draw my next row, count out 6, draw my next row, next row, next row. And then I flip it around this way and draw all the 5s, just kind of connecting it. And I do this side too, drawing the 5s. It's a 5x6 calendar, but that's just how my brain does it, so that I don't need a measure. I always just flip it this way, count 8 down from this side, and then go 5 for each square, move along 6 dots, draw the next line, move along 6 dots, draw the next line. That's how I do it quickly without having to like spend a lot of time thinking about it, measuring everything, all that kind of stuff. So I keep the spacing. So most months are like just this big, you know, they don't have this like 6th row up here. So then you'll notice like I do it the same. There's just no extra boxes up here. So for January, I would have flipped it over, counted down 8, and there's only 3 days in the top row. And I know that 5 of the days go here, 2 go here. So I just like counted out my 5 dots, and then I know the next row is a full one. So I count out 5, 5, 5, 5 all the way to the end, which I know is 1 dot away from the edge of the page. So I do it the exact same way. It's just a little bit different when it's by, when it has that 6th row, but that's the only difference it makes, is that I just add a little nub up here that wouldn't otherwise be here. Yes, Lily, I will be adding other journals. I have been working with my manufacturer on another collection, and they are finished. They'll be mailed out first thing next week. So I did choose the slowest shipping option possible because it saves me a lot of money. So I don't know exactly when they'll be here, but they are done, and they should be here hopefully sooner rather than later. But I don't know exact timeline. But yeah, there will be 4 brand new colors. Thanks, Maria. Any thoughts for the top writing May up here? I know you guys had thoughts, but now it's been so long that I kind of forget what they were. My default is just to do more calligraphy in either blue or rotate through 3 colors. 1 color? Oh, cool, Lily. You already journal? What's your current theme? If you do themes. I know some people don't. Solid heading, red or blue. Oh, Summer, there you are. Thank you. This is Summer, whose bullet journal we're working on right now. She can't always make it to the lives, but she often watches the replay. And Summer, we voted on a fruit smoothie theme for May. So I'm glad you like it. Thanks for joining. Okay, so May up here. Oh no, Anahi, Summer ruined the surprise. Oh, and Melissa, you're here too. How are you? Man, I'm having a hard time drinking my smoothie without getting condensation. I'm not drinking a smoothie. I'm drawing a smoothie and I'm drinking tea, but I'm having a hard time drinking my cold tea without getting condensation. Okay. I liked the idea of doing a solid color since there's already a lot of rotating colors going on this page. So I'm going to just go with blue because I feel like blue is kind of the nice like standout color for this theme like we did here. So I'm just going to do that up there for now, and then we can see if we want to change anything else. Half calendars weekly, half junk journaling. Very cool. Aw, thanks, Melissa. Are you still bullet journaling? What's your theme for this month if you are? Melissa is one of my like OG supporters from my pure YouTube days. I used to do like no other social media, just my YouTube channel. And I think most people who join on TikTok Live just like discovered me within the past few months on TikTok Live, but Melissa has been around since like, I want to say 2021. Watching the YouTube videos. and supporting all the time. Oh yeah, I get that, Melissa. I took a huge break too, as you probably would have noticed, for like almost 3 years. Okay, let's add a little bit of white gel pen. You're so sweet, Summer. You just tapped the screen. Oh, I forgot that, honestly, Maria. From 2021. Wow. Well, thank you guys, old and new followers, for joining. Okay, how do we like that? Do we need to add anything or just leave it as is? We've got a busy little bottom section here, a little bit more calm here, and then the notes over here. Oh yeah, Cadence is concerned, Summer, that you won't like smoothies. Which I told them I didn't care because I love coffee themes, coffee doodles, coffee colors, but I hate coffee. But I would totally do a coffee theme in my own journal. Could you do a flip through? Oh yes, right. Totally, Megan. So April was the birthday month for Summer and she requested a funfetti cake. So that's what we did here. This sort of layout was inspired by Malik journals. She does these fun like squiggly doodles all over and we loved them. So we used this layout. This page, I'm not sure what I want to do with this part because it feels a little empty, but I just kind of decided to let it sit. Trackers over here. And then these are the weekly spreads. So this is where we ended off last night, was finishing up these weeklies. And then today we started on May, which we chose this fruit smoothie theme for. And we did the title, the brain dump, and now we just finished the calendar. I'm gonna leave it as is since you guys thought that would be good and move on to the trackers page, which I try to always just kind of pump this page out as quick as I can because I just keep the same layout and it doesn't have tons of space for doodles. So this is kind of my time to just lock in and cruise through a spread before we get into the weeklies. And Summer, since you're here today, do you have a key in mind for how you want to track your water drinking? Like a certain number of bottles or cups or whatever? Because I just kind of left it open, but I could fill the key in for you so that it looks a little bit more obvious if you would like. Maybe 6 bottles. Ooh, okay. I didn't leave 6 spaces, I don't think, but what if I start with like the minimum as like 2 or 3 or something? Is that good? So I think I left 5 spaces. Just so I'd have a good amount of room for the habit trackers beside. Or I can just leave it if you want to fill it in once you get it. Oh, how did I miss this? Okay. Sounds good, Summer. Lynn, we are on May, doing a fruit smoothie theme. Totally, Lynn. Let me just stretch my shoulder here, and then I can show you. So the April weeklies that we ended on yesterday, it turned out like this with our funfetti cake theme. Thank you for the follow. Okay, let's keep going with the finances page here. Thank you. Yes, we did. We just moved, so we're in our new place, definitely still settling in, but the move itself is done. Everything went very smoothly, and we are loving it so far. Oh yeah, the AC has been glorious. Okay, the first tracker, oh yes. So this is for water, and I should write in her key anyways, we were just talking about that. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so every day she's going to color in how many bottles of water she drinks. So if she drinks 4, she's gonna just like draw a line up until the 4, and then it's gonna look like a line graph kind of thing. You know what I mean? Do it, Cadence. Make one on our behalf. I actually had a smoothie for lunch, but it was mango, so it didn't look anything like this. Oh, I see. These are habit trackers. So you'll see we've got a calendar, like a little mini calendar for May. So she'll choose a habit like exercise, journal, vitamins, get outside, whatever. And then every day that she completes that habit, she gets to color in that box. Color it in, put a dot, whatever, cross out the box, just kind of mark that she did the habit on that day. No problem. I create as I go, Sarah. Faye, today's freebie, you can choose a washi sticker book or 2 rolls of washi tape. I've got a bunch of washi tape over there. And the second you have another listing, I have listings up for the empty journals right now, and I won't have another custom bullet journal listing in a few months. Oh, Cadence, that's just how I do the calligraphy. The S's aren't really like cursive S's either. You can kind of choose your own font for calligraphy. I know, Cadence, it's so different. And that's like, I feel like that's one of the most common mistakes when people start calligraphy is that they like treat it like cursive and then get frustrated when it doesn't look like calligraphy. And that's because they really are quite different. Like, it's a different approach, different strategy. It's really more like drawing than it is like writing. And people who are here often are probably like rolling their eyes like, yes. Rylee, you say that all the time. So sorry. But yeah, Faye, I do have lots of other journals open, empty journals open. Hey, Kata Mama, to give it the darkening effect. Were you asking about the darkening effect? Anya, yes, let me show you the April weekly spreads, how they turned out last night. Dana, I am not usually live this early. It's afternoon for me, and usually I wait till evening, but my husband is on holidays, so he's going to take the boys for a bit when they wake up from their naps so that I can do this in the afternoon, and then we can spend our holiday evenings hanging out together. So yeah, over the next like couple of weeks, as he's on holidays, I'm planning to go live every weekday like I normally do, but some weekdays will be in the evenings like usual and some will be in the afternoons. And I'll try to announce on Instagram in advance in case you care to know. Yes, we went for a super bright theme this month. This little fruit smoothie theme. I'm glad you guys like it. Yeah, you guys know bright is not my go-to, but I'm always happy when we do a bright one. I feel like they usually turn out well. Theme for June, I can check. I forget, it's either June or July that's her wedding month, but let me check my notes here. Yes, it's June. Okay, so June is her wedding month. She wanted blue/aquamarine. She didn't want it to be like straight up wedding themed. And Summer, if you're still here, you can correct me on all of this or like give more direction. She didn't necessarily want it to be super wedding themed, but she wanted to include her wedding color, kind of a bluey aquamarine, and have some sort of like feminine, girly theme. So a bit of room for interpretation there, but yeah, if you are still here, Summer, feel free to give more insight into what you would like that to look like. Okay, so what weekly spread are we doing now? So for April, we used our August weekly spread. We've been rotating through the weekly layouts every 3 months. So that means for May, we're going to be using September, which is also what we used for January. It just, of course, looks a little bit different from month to month. But this is kind of the base that we're going to use for our weekly spreads, placing the days like this. And then for September, we chose to stretch the title across the top and do just like smaller boxes. And for January, we chose to do a smaller title and then have a bigger box, smaller box, smaller box. So still a little bit of room to play around with the layout, but I'm gonna start off just by mapping in where the days are gonna go, and then we'll get going from there. So let me just double check where I put these ones to make sure I get them all in the right spot. Did I go? Okay, I did do 0, 6, 12. Perfect. 0, 6, 12. And down the middle. 0, 6, 12. Aw, thanks, Patty. Getting ready theme is cute. I can see it. Let me double check how many weeks we need. Because I believe we're starting here, right? Yes, our last one went until the 3rd. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. And Sunday is going to be included with the final weekly spread. So we only need 4. And I've already drawn the spacing for 3. So let's do one more. 0, 6, 12. Yeah, 6, 12. Okay, perfect. And then I'm just gonna reference back to the other months that have this weekly spread, just to make sure we get all of the, okay, so we did 2 days, 3 days, and then 2 up at the top. Excellent. And we've got bright colors to use this time. One, two. Do that. I don't want this to smudge too much. Yes, Patty, I can try to do an overview. Would you ever make an academic planner type thing? Yes, like I said, Cadence, because it's like fully customized, like if you don't want weekly spreads, you don't have to have weekly spreads. You can have different planning spreads instead. So for example, Janelle's journal that we did last month, she didn't have any like of the standard spreads really that I do. She had, she was making a family memories journal, not like a planning sort of bullet journal. So hers had a lot of different spreads than what I would normally do. It all just depends on what the customer orders. Hey Dolly Wally, we are working on a custom bullet journal for summer. Are you new? I can show, well, I guess Patty asked to see the whole thing anyway, so I may as well show the whole thing for those who are new or just curious. Let me take a sip of my tea drink first. Okay, so we're working on a custom bullet journal for my customer Summer. So it's a 12-month journal that starts in August of this year. So for August, she's got a garden tea party theme. That's how this one turned out. And then for September, she's got a daisy theme like this. And then for October, we've got this little globe with a paper airplane theme. And the pages that she chose for her monthly pages are a title page like this, a brain dump, a 2-page calendar with spot for notes, and trackers for water, habits, and finances, and then weekly layouts for each week. And this is the weekly layout that we chose for October. Then for November, we did a retro Polaroid theme. So again, same monthly pages. And this is the weekly layout that we chose for November. Thank you so much for the likes, you guys. For December, we did this little gingerbread theme. Again, brain dump, title page, 2-page calendar, trackers for water, habits, and finances. And then these are the weekly spreads that we did for December. And then for January, we did this little pegboard sort of theme, similar to the one we did in Patty's journal. So we've got the same monthly pages. And these are the weeklies that we did for January. Then for February, we did a love letter theme, which turned out like this. And then for March, we did this succulent and cactus theme. And April, we did yesterday. This was her funfetti birthday cake theme. Thank you guys. Oh, Cassidy, my favorite so far is December. The gingerbread one is my favorite. But I also really like February. And then today we just started her May theme. So far we have finished the monthly pages. We've got the title, the brain dump, the calendar page, and the trackers. And then we are just starting on the weekly spreads. So right now they don't look like much, but we are going to start stamping in the days, and then we'll get going on the doodles. Okay, let me pull out my ink and my stamps. Thank you, Mary. It's a fun little side hustle. I know, Anderson, I feel like I'm not really in that much of a time crunch, but after hearing about Betty and Brittany had issues with their journals just being held at customs for longer than usual, they still arrived and everything, but obviously with an empty journal, it's like, you know, less pressure. They just use it when they get it. But for this one, I really don't want it to be late for her. And since it starts in August, I would love to just like mail it off to her as soon as possible. So yesterday we finished an entire month in one live. Usually we don't get that much done, but today I'm trying to do the same thing. We'll see if we can finish it. We'll get close at least. Sorry, I'm just gonna plug in my laptop because it gave me the low battery warning. And that is our music. So I don't want that to die quite yet. Karen, I do make lots of mistakes and just, it kind of depends on what the mistake is, but we always find a way to cover it up. Like, for example, well, just on the calendar spread, we made a small mistake. I made these lines too tall, so we covered it up with white gel pen. You can barely tell. So that's how I would cover up a small mistake. An example of a big mistake was March was a huge mistake. I accidentally started drawing an extra week for February, so I had drawn in all the pink lines for the days. I had stamped on the days, and then we realized that we didn't need that page. So we covered up the lines with craft paper and turned it into this succulent theme. So I do make lots of mistakes, and we just kind of figure it out as we go. Cover it up in a way that works in that specific instance. Or like some things are just, you know, like mistakes that don't really make a difference. It's just not really exactly how I meant to do it. And so for those mistakes, I usually just leave them. No, I will not be on this evening. Sorry, I'm gonna try going live all of my typical days, but some days will be afternoons and some days will be evening. And today is an afternoon. Oy. Okay, this right on the seam is tough. I'm gonna touch that one up with marker instead of trying to stamp again, because sorry guys, I'm like covering the entire thing. That's because I need precision here. Oh, you can see my grays. Nice shot. Thanks, Karen. Oh, cool, Kimberly. How was Norway? That sounds exciting. I'm trying to not let this smudge the other side of the page, which is just tricky at this point in the journal where there's so many more pages on that side. Can we do it? Can we do it? Okay, that one worked better. So I got to touch up the other Wednesday, but I'm probably going to need to touch up Thursday, Friday sometimes as well. So I'm not going to touch up the other Wednesday yet. I'm going to leave it till the end and then do all of my touch-ups with marker. Call. I'm just going to hang up on that. Hopefully they leave a message or something. Oh, was I cutting out? Yeah, I had a call that was trying to come through. Whoops. Okay, most of my Fridays stamped on pretty well. Let's do weekend. Okay. Now, let me just wipe my hands off on my legs so I don't get ink anywhere. And I gotta touch up a few days. One of these Wednesdays was pretty rough, this one. I'm just gonna get really close so you won't really be able to see for a sec, sorry. Okay, Wednesday and this Friday had a bit of a gap. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm gonna write in the days. Is this right? Oh, I think I actually did this a bit different, which it's fine. I'm gonna leave it. It's not a mistake that I would choose to cover up, but I realize I separated Saturday and Sunday on the other one, which sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just depends on the layout. So since we already did weekend, not gonna stress about it, just gonna leave it. And that just gives us more space to work with for her boxes. So I'm gonna write in the dates, but our next decision that we need to make is how we want to arrange this top section here. Ooh, or, okay, I'm gonna give you guys 3 options. Is there a moderator here who would like to do a 3-option poll for us? Because these are the options. Option 1 is gonna be to have a smaller heading here and then the boxes kind of scattered like this. That's option 1. Option 2 is gonna be to do what we did in September, which was a bigger heading and then smaller boxes. However, here we'd have room for a bigger one because I combined the weekend. So that's option 2. Option 3 would be to do an even bigger heading and fill like this whole side and then do box 1, 2, 3. 3 smaller boxes. That's option 3. So I'll say the options one more time quick. Option 1 is to do a smaller heading with the 3 boxes here, kind of like in January. Option 2 is to do a bigger heading across with the 3 boxes here, similar to September. And then option 3 is to do an even bigger heading across the side with 3 smaller boxes. Then option 3 wouldn't have room for any bigger boxes. Those are the options. I'm gonna go ahead and write in all of the dates and then we will lock that in. So we're starting on the 4th, is the first Monday. 3-1. Okay. All right, so then what do you guys want this heading to look like? Like just kind of a big calligraphy May with some fruit beside it? Or we could do like a blender or a cup and then May in like stacked calligraphy with some fruit beside it. What do you guys think? Turn it sideways, a big May with fruit all around, or keep it this way, a blender or cup and then May stacked on top. I don't know if we need to turn that into a poll or if you guys just wanna, okay, so let's do a poll then. So let's make option 1 is gonna be to turn this sideways, have May written quite large with some fruit just around it. Option 2 will be to have a blender or a cup down at the bottom here, and then have May stacked up at the top. Could be like a cup spilling. We could, just then it's gonna be all purple. If the cup is full of purple smoothie and May is purple. We could do that. Okay, we'll put that as option 3. Something spilling into the letter May. Let's do 3 options. The letters for May, sorry. So option 1, turn it sideways, May in big calligraphy with fruit beside it. Option 2, blender or cup over here, and then May stacked up here with some fruit. Option 3, some sort of spilling situation, a cup or a blender or something spilling into the letters for May. Those are the options. Let me keep numbering here. So we've got 25. Okay, just give me 1 sec. I'm gonna come back when that poll is done. Okay, let's see. Which one won? Option 1. Okay, cool. Oh, wait. Right? It was option 1? Was that an old poll or the current poll? Cassidy, the drama. Okay. Last question before I actually start going. Option 1. Should I do like just blue calligraphy for May or just red or blue, red, purple? You know, rotate through the options. So far we've been sticking with a solid color. Oh, I forgot to do the white gel pen on finances. So I could do just a solid color, which I would choose either blue, red, or purple, or I could rotate through all 3. Solid, mixed. I love a good mixed. So let me show you examples. For example, for February, we did just one color, but made it big, which is what we would do in May. Although these markers aren't as thick as these. This is a Tombow. These are a little bit thinner, so they only get this thick maximum. So that we did solid color. For January, we did rotate here, like for notes. We rotated, which I love the look of that, but I think it's a valid concern that we are gonna have like lots of different colors going on beside, like all the different fruits. Yeah. Let me think here. Should I do a poll? Or do you guys just want to choose like this? I'm thinking, I guess if I did a solid color, I would maybe do purple. Because then most of the fruit will be red and blue. I hate drawing bananas. I'm not going to do too many bananas. It'll be mostly strawberries and blueberries. Okay, so maybe let's do solid then. I wonder if I have a Tombow purple that would be similar so that I can get that nice thick calligraphy. Is this similar? I feel like it's too dark. Oh, way too dark. Okay. I mean, this color was kind of similar, but I don't think I have quite what I'm looking for. Like, that's pretty close. How badly do we want the lines to be thick? So these ones, like I was saying, the thickest that Crayola Super Tips go for me is like this, what we had here for May. Whereas with Tombows, we could get it super juicy like February. So we could find a Tombow that like is close to matching. I feel like that's a decently close match, the top one, not the bottom one. Or we could use the Crayola and have a bit of a smaller downstroke. Sorry, it's so, like, these are the small little decisions that maybe I should just make for myself, but I start processing out loud. You feel like it matches good? Okay, you guys like the thick? Because I love that. I would love doing that because it's kind of, I just feel like it looks so much nicer when you're trying to fill such a huge space to have really thick lines. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that then, because if you guys think it's a close enough match, I feel like it'll look better in the space. I feel like that's a pretty close match. I'm just gonna let that dry a little bit before moving on to the next page. All right. And then let's darken up the bottom half. All right, I am gonna add the white gel pen, of course, but I'm just gonna do the black kind of drop shadow line first. and take a sip of my cold tea. Defiantly right. I love that, Maria. Yes, I love using the Tombos for a nice, bold lettering. I guess that's the one limitation to Crayola Super Tips. They don't go quite as thick, but for learning, that's definitely the better option. All right, and then I'm gonna add some fruit to the sides here. Oh, yay, Patty. I'm glad. Oh, sorry, Athena. The price depends on how many months you want, your currency, discount codes, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's hard for me to just give a straight answer. It's not like I want to dodge the price conversation, but it's not like a simple, you know, it costs XYZ. So that's why I sometimes don't answer the price question right away, is because it's not just like a cut and dried answer. But yeah, depending on those factors, it will be a couple hundred or a few $100s, depending how many months and stuff. Just because you're paying for my time. This takes me like a full month to do, so that is how I price them. And on that note, I will give kind of a last call. If anyone is wanting their order charmed and freebied today on live, you can go ahead and place your orders now, because once I'm done this, we're going to be done for the afternoon. So if you get your order in now, I will still fill it, but other orders will have to wait. I know, right, Athena? That's the thing. It's a lot of time and obviously effort, and for crochet materials too. Like, yarn is not cheap. I always want to do hobbies like crochet, and then I go to the store and just get cold feet because I'm like, I'm gonna stop this project halfway through and not even use all this yarn that I'm paying for. Please don't look too closely at my bananas. I feel like they look like jalapenos now. Every time I look at my banana, I see a different fruit that is not, or a different food that is not a banana. Almost done the outlines. Thanks, Cassidy. They just might be a little spicy. I love that, Monica. Hey, well, if anyone wants a hot dog theme, I'll send them to you. All right, let's add some color. Oh, thanks, Teddy. Glad you like it. Do you bullet journal? Oh, you used to. Cool. Actually, while I'm going this way, because now the pages are going to be flipping up onto the part that's freshly colored, I'm going to do light colors moving this way so they don't smear as much. I'll give it a second and then flip. Oh yeah, there's no yellow there. Gotta move on to my next jalapeno banana. Oh, right, I've got one more blueberry on this page. Cadence, I've never finished a whole 12-month journal in a day, but I have finished a 6-month journal in a day during COVID. But I feel like if I wasn't on live and I really just like hunkered down for a whole day, I could probably finish a whole journal in a day. I mean, assuming someone was watching my kids and taking care of every other responsibility that I had. Oh yeah, my kids are just, well, they've been awake for a little while, but just recently waking up and getting going. So I won't hang out much longer. My husband is with them now, but I will take over eventually. Okay. Gonna add just a few of these little purple doodles. I don't think I'll quite finish May. I think I might leave it. Once I've done the white gel pen and just like finish this whole section, I think I might be done with May for today. And that will leave our 3 bonus boxes to do here. Let's see, what's the time? Yeah, it's almost 5. So I should go make some supper. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this section entirely, which it still needs some shading and the white gel pen and finishing up the purple doodles. And then the 3 bonus boxes we're gonna do next time. Yes, we did move to a different time zone. Mm-hmm. So it is almost supper time over here now. I have done a lemonade theme, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, so now it is 4:55, which hopefully means that my evening lives will start a little bit earlier, especially for those of you on the East Coast who are watching at like midnight sometimes. My evening lives should start an hour earlier than they used to. I mean, right now my husband's on holidays, so our whole schedule is like a little bit shifted backwards, you know, so I didn't start early yesterday or anything, because we got the boys to bed late. But yeah, in general, that should mean that my lives start a little bit earlier, which should be helpful for you Easterners. Stitchy Hippie Robin. These are the journals from my shop. They are 160 GSM bullet journals, 192 pages, stark white pages, all the features that I look for in a bullet journal. And any orders placed on live, if you place them today, I'll pack them on live for you, so you can choose what charms we put on the bookmarks for you. You can choose your freebie. And if you use code LIVE50, you will get 50% off of your order. Okay, let's do the white gel pen now. Oh, yay. Thanks, Stitchy Hippie Robin. Go take a look. Cadence, yes, we do want more kids. We've got 2 right now. 2 boys, but we'll probably have a couple more. Yikes, my baby is really not having it up there. He is fine. My husband's up there, and I will be too in a few minutes. Oh no, you get the charms anytime, Lily. Anytime you order, you get the charms. Just if you order while I'm here on live, then I'll pack it for you on live. So, you know, if you just place your order and say like, I like nature and this is the first letter of my name, then, and you're not here when we pack it, then we just kind of make the decisions for you. But if you order while I'm on live, then you can be right here while I pack it. So I'll like show you all the different nature charms, show you the different color options I have for your initial or whatever combination you're looking for. And then you just get to choose the charms in real time. So you get charms anytime. It's just easier to have you like choose them if you order while I'm on live and we just fill it right away. All right, I am almost done here. No, sorry, Stitchy Hippie Robin. Those were actually just my pre-made planners. I didn't have any empty journals in Sage, and those are all sold out. I only have clay and vanilla at the moment. All right, is this my last one? It is. Okay, I think we're done. Let me do a quick flip through of what we've got so far, and then I'm going to be hopping off for today. I will be back tomorrow to put the finishing touches on May and hopefully get through most of June. And I think we're on pace to finish July, like early next week, which is the end of the journal. Okay, and then we have the yearly spreads, but we should be on pace for me to mail out her journal by the end of next week. So I feel like that's okay. Let me show you what we've been doing so far. This is a 12-month bullet journal for summer, starting in August and going until July of next year. So August 2025, she chose this garden tea party theme. So that's what we did here. Thanks, Jezebel. Okay, September, she asked for a Daisy theme. She's got a dog named Daisy, so we incorporated some paw prints. And every month, so for October, we did this little globe theme. Every month, the pages that she requested are her title page, brain dump, 2-page calendar with a spot for notes, and then trackers for water, 6 habits, and finances. And then these are the weekly spreads that we did for October. And for November, we did a retro Polaroid theme. Same monthly spreads. And then this is the weekly layout that we chose for November. For December, we have this little gingerbread theme, brain dump, title page, 2-page calendar, trackers, and weekly spreads. And then for January, we did this cozy little pegboard sort of theme. Aw, thank you, Tori. These are the weeklies that we did for January. February, we have this love letters theme, which turned out like this. March, we did this little succulent sort of theme. And then last night we did April, which was her birthday month. So we did this funfetti birthday cake theme. And these are the weeklies for April. And then today we started May, which we chose a fruit smoothie theme for May. So there's our title page, brain dump, 2-page calendar with a spot for notes, trackers, finances, and then here are the weekly spreads. So far, we do still need to finish up. We need to put her 3 bonus boxes in. So that's where we'll start next time. But yeah, that's where we are at. Let me take you guys down for a second. Oh, the May title page. Sorry. I'm gonna give you guys, make you motion sick. There is our May title page. Little fruit smoothie theme. Let me flip ya. See, new ceiling, no more unfinished basement situation. Thank you, Cadence. Thank you guys all for joining me today to work on summer's bullet journal. We got so close to finishing May, so tomorrow I think it'll be an afternoon live again, but I will update you guys on Instagram. I'll post a story, and we are gonna finish May and work on June. June is her wedding month, and she wants to tie in her wedding color, which is like aquamarine, sort of like light blue aquamarine sort of thing. And she wants very feminine doodles, not like a straight up wedding theme necessarily, but something very feminine. So come with your ideas for that, because I haven't even started thinking of ideas. We're gonna just brainstorm that right here together. So yeah, that is the plan. Thank you guys all for joining. I didn't see any orders come in, so I don't think anyone is wanting theirs packed on live right now. If you do place an order though, using code LIVE50, you'll get 50% off, and I'll pack that up for you tomorrow's live then, to make sure that you can be here and choose your charms and stuff if you're interested. So thank you guys so much for joining. Do feel free to follow me on Instagram if you like to be updated about the times when I'm going to be live. And also if you want to give any feedback on my pre-made bullet journal that I'm working on, that will be launching in time for 2026. So it's a hand-drawn bullet journal, but it's going to be like mass produced, so that it's not just for one person like this one is. So I do all of the polls and stuff for that on Instagram. Brittany, you can just click on like the link in my bio will take you to my Etsy shop. I have 2 colors available right now, so you can find the listing for the vanilla journal or the clay journal, depending what color you want. And then you just go through the order form, and there will be like a personalization box where you can let me know what sorts of charms you like. And then yeah, if you join on live, you can actually pick those charms out in person, choose your freebies, that kind of stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow, and we should be finishing this journal early to mid week next week. So see you guys.